What's going on, guys? This is Empty Box, and today we're going to be talking about Dirt Rally with the recently released updates, the Modern Masters update, which adds in 4 new cars as well as a couple of other changes, including the version 2 handling model on a wide variety of cars, including the Group A and Group B cars, as well as the 4 new cars. For the 4 new cars, we have 1 new class, the R4 class, which is the Soooooo WRX STI Spec C R4, something like that, one of those awesome names that make no sense at all, as well as the Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 10 R4 specification. These cars are relatively tame, not full-blown super extreme rally cars, sort of like a nice introduction type of car to modern rally cars, I guess, but quite frankly, driving these things in-game is about as boring as can be. These are easily my least favorite vehicles because they are so incredibly boring and drab and dull to drive. So yeah, I can't say much more than that. But yeah, we do have 2 other vehicles which are significantly more fun to drive. Those 2 new vehicles would be the 2007 Ford Focus RS WRC, as well as the Citroen C4 rally car from like 2010 or somewhere thereabouts. Now, interestingly, they decided to put these 2 cars in the 2000s class, which is where the 2001 Focus and Subaru Impreza are, which are significantly slower, to the point where my first run through the Sweet Lamb stage with the Focus, I was actually about 7 seconds faster than any other run through there with either the previously available Impreza or the Focus that was already available. And it's just a totally different experience, to the point where I have to say, why did they put these cars in this class? Because it makes no sense. They're way too fast compared to the competition, and it just is totally silly. Personally, I prefer the Focus, though, because it's actually a heck of a lot of fun. Very reminiscent of driving around in Richard Burns Rally. You're going to be chucking some slides all over the place and just having an absolute blast driving that thing. The C4, personally, not a fan of the Cockpit, so I probably really won't drive it that much. Speaking of the Cockpit, there is now in-car cockpit adjustments. Hallelujah! You can now move your seat forward, backwards, up and down in car while you're driving from the cockpit view. It's only from the cockpit view. You can't do the same for the dash camera view, because I know some people are probably going to ask about that. But good to see this functionality added. I would like to see it added also to the dashboard camera, because why not? But at the same time, it definitely makes the cockpit camera much more usable, much more useful, because you can actually get things set up without having to jump into the game, jump out, edit some text files, back and forth, blah, 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 blah. Makes everything simpler. It should be base functionality for any PC game these days. So it's good to see that. As well as, you now have the ability to turn off the driver steering wheel hand animations, which you've had for a long time. However, if you turn the hands off, now in car, the steering wheel will actually rotate with your steering wheel in your hands the proper amount of degrees, which is fantastic. Between those 2 things, the cockpit view in this game actually got more useful and usable now, because it's not totally garbage. Now, I have noticed that it seems like the movements on the steering wheel on screen are kind of a little bit exaggerated, a little bit laggy, a little bit latent in their own weird fashion. I think this is kind of that artificial steering wheel visual shake thing that you see in the replays, making the replay or the steering wheel movement on screen look funny. It just looks bizarre, but I think that's just purely a visual thing going on there. But either way, it's a step forward as far as I'm concerned. Those 2 things make the cockpit view so much better, to the point where I can safely say this is the best cockpit view in any rally game, because every rally game seems to have crappy cockpit views. So thank you, Codemasters, on fixing one of the big problems with this game, as far as I'm concerned. Another new feature is manual control for headlights and wipers, which is pretty dang awesome, because why not? You have to actually go ahead and toggle on manual wiper control in your preferences if you're interested in that. Just a word of caution, if you hold the headlights or the wiper button down that you assign for like 2 to 3 seconds, I generally just hold it for 5, it will actually stay on. If you just go ahead and tap the button or you don't hold it for that long. You'll get just like one or two swipes of the wipers, or you'll flash your headlights, and that's that. Headlights, not really a huge thing. Wipers, kind of cool. It's cool to have more control anyways, because it's just cool. I mean, hey, it's supposed to be a sim, so let me simulate my windshield wipers, things like that. There are a couple of other things, but you can go ahead and find those down in the description. They're not that major. I'm not going to really talk that much about the new handling for the Group A or Group B four-wheel drive cars, because I really haven't played with them all that much, and I didn't really play with them all that much previously because those rear-wheel drive 80s cars keep calling my name. So I'm going to go drive those. So hope you guys enjoyed. Right, bye.
Left 6 half long, and caution right 6, into hairpin left 80, over crest, and crest jump maybe. Right 660, hairpin right 150, small crest, left 6 long crest, and caution turn right 3 times over jump 60 down. Narrows, left 4 long, opens and tightens over jump, into right 4 long, tightens 3, don't cut, into left 6, 80 over jump, left 5 long, 60, left 6, and right 4 long, don't cut, up, left 6 small jump, right 6 and left 6, 100, up, turn hairpin left, right 5 long, okay, left 6 crest, keep mid, 100 crest, 80, left 6 100, caution right 2 half long, into turn hairpin left, into right 6 80 over crest, caution right 4 don't cut, stay mid, 100 to finish.